You are now listening to Operator. You are now listening to Operator.
You're listening to Operator.
You bring me joy in the morning.
The first mushroom makes room for my mind to get inside the magic room of Dionysius' house. Time is over, war is over. I am safe and sound. I live and love, I drink and eat. I can leap and bound. Now I am dying all my life away, as well as I am being reborn day after day. The second mushroom makes room for my body to get inside the tragic room of Dionysius' house. Time is on, war is all. I am busy and sad. From mists of pain I rise and fall. Like an endless rain, now I am doing what I have to do, fulfilling all my will of conquest, moon after moon. The last mushroom makes room for the unknown. I get inside the secret room of an unthankful house, in which I feel the grace, in which I get to be the space, from which I see the earth exploding into a light, that the last mushroom aroused. Oh yeah. Go go.
trouble, go and see the master. Master give you medicine, so you feel. If you're feeling joyful, go and see your lady. Lady give you what you want, you will give her more of that. If you're feeling sorrow, go and see your mama. Time before tomorrow, you will feel. See someone don't feel too good, go and give him what he wants so you can make him feel alright. Say.
Hello, hello. Good morning. This is Wes back in the container, live for the next 2 hours with another breakfast show, the 6th installment of Joy in the Morning. Today, I'm not alone. I'll have a guest. He's on his way. A very special guest joining me today in the container. He's a historian, storyteller, a Rotterdam legend. And we'll talk music, we'll talk history, and yeah, let's see where we're going. Right now, You're listening to sounds from Brazil. Yes.
Vida, que amor, brincadeira, Vera. Eles amaram de qualquer maneira, Vera. Qualquer maneira de amor vale a pena. Qualquer maneira de amor vale amar. Pena, que coisa bonita. Diga qual a palavra que nunca foi dita. Diga qualquer maneira de amor vale aquela. Qualquer maneira de amor vale amar. Qualquer maneira de amor vale a pena. Qualquer maneira de amor valerá. Eles partiram por outros assuntos, muitos, mas no meu canto estarão sempre juntos. Muito qualquer maneira que eu cante esse canto, qualquer maneira me vale cantar. Eles se amam de qualquer maneira, Vera. Eles se amam é pra vida inteira, Vera. Qualquer maneira de amor vale o canto, qualquer maneira me vale cantar. Qualquer maneira de amor vale aquela, qualquer maneira de amor valerá. Pena, que coisa bonita. Diga qual a palavra que nunca foi dita. Diga qualquer maneira de amor vale o canto, qualquer maneira me vale cantar. Qualquer maneira de amor vale aquela, qualquer maneira de amor valerá. Oxum na cachoeira.
Triste mamãe me falou que a gente sofre por falta de amor. Mas ele virá, virá, eu sei que virá. Sei que o amor virá, virá, eu sei que virá. A melhora virá.
Axé.
Mamãe,
Mamãe, mamãe,
mamãe,
mamãe, mamãe, mamãe Oxum chorou.
secou a maré de mamãe Oxum, nem mais se vê.
Iê, oh, mamãe Oxum chorou, implorou água, chorou, mágoa a mamãe chorou. Iê, oh, mamãe Oxum chorou.
Eu vi, juro que vi mamãe Oxum na cachoeira.
Triste mamãe me falou que a gente sofre por falta de amor. Mas ele virá, virá, eu sei que virá. Sei que o amor virá, virá, eu sei que virá. A melhora virá.
Axé.
Mamãe,
Mamãe, mamãe,
yeah, yeah.
mamãe, mamãe,
Beautiful, beautiful sounds from Brazil by the group Os Tincoas. They were a trio, like a vocal trio. I think they weren't that popular or known when they recorded their music, when they were active, like in the 70s and in the early 80s as well. They were quite obscure, but later on, I think like when they got more famous or they got more known in the digger scene, like when DJs and collectors got onto it, and now it's quite their records from Austin Coas. They're quite rare, so they're quite difficult to get your hands on. But this was a track called Shoroyo, and it's from a 7-inch. Both sides of the 7-inch are very nice, the A side and the B side. It's quite rare, and it's not to boast or anything, but I'm just very happy that I got it. I found it in Brazil. I think it was 2022. Yeah, and definitely one of my top 5 Brazilian records. You can hear the train in the back. Yes, we're next to the train station. I can see my guest. He is coming this way. Jorge Lizardo. And I introduce him later on. Right now it's time for... Well, yeah, Jorge is a Rotterdam legend, and now it's time for a tune by another Rotterdam legend, Ronald Snijders. This is Wes. Join the morning, 2 hours, live from Operator. Check it out. Hello, hello. Yes, all right. Our guest for today has arrived. He's here. We're here in the studio at Operator Rotterdam. And I played some records before, and there were some. Yeah, we had to. I don't know. Like I had to welcome him, and we talked a little bit and chat a little bit. So, but here we are. We're here in the container at the studio. Welcome, Jorge. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Good morning, my people. Wait. Not hearing you. Why is that? Let me see. Otherwise, you can talk in this one.
Yeah.
This one doesn't know. Oh wait, and now?
Good morning, my people.
Yes, here we go.
Blessed love and light.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your invitation, Vessel. And it's a pleasure to be here in this beautiful spot, center of Rotterdam. The sun is shining.
Yes.
The weather is sweet.
Exactly. Summer is finally here.
Yeah.
You said like after a long winter, we're finally seeing some sun and some
spring and
exactly.
happy people. The birds and the bees, the flowers and the trees. So that's a sign.
It is.
That's
It's your first time here, right? At Operator, but it's not your first time in this area because we're here at the Schieblock.
Schieblock, born and raised in Rotterdam, Cape Verde descendants, and very well known in this area. Annabelle, we used to come to Fountain Paradise and Holy other places here near to the central station, and we're very happy with this area. Very cultural.
Dope. One more thing, like before we go into the music, like I just wanted to say, like I'm very happy and pleased to have you here as a guest on the show. And for the people who don't know, like Jorge, he's a storyteller, historian, musician, artist. I don't know, like you have like a deep knowledge of history, but music, culture, religion, and I don't know, like you, always when we meet, like our conversations can go everywhere, and I always learn a lot when talking to you. So let's see where it will go today, and
each one teach one. I'm also very inspired every time we meet. Very special person. Also, we come to meet each other a couple of years ago. While you're studying, and you're doing a very, very interesting study, a very important study for the Cape Verdean people from Holland, or Cape Verde in the diaspora in a whole. Our interest in African music, in Cape Verde music, in vinyl, in the promotion of our music, and seeing how important the Rotterdam community was for the spreading of Cape Verde music, Marne, Koladere and Furana, and new after the independence, the new wave of being in the diaspora, also the Dutch community or the Dutch Cape Verdean community changed the Cape Verdean, or give it a new elan, as we can say or speak. And I'm embedded into it because, as you know, I'm a nephew of our late uncle João Lima Silva, the owner of Morabeza Records. I'm a Rastafarian. I'm a Rastaman. I'm a singer, composer of a cultic kind of Delightal Touch. We already exist for 30 years. Jorge Manuel and the Delightal Touch, which is a Cape Verdean reggae Rastafarian band based in Rotterdam, but with members from all of Holland, and used to have a very good, close connection with the Surinamese scene, the reggae scene, also the Dutch West Indies scene. So yeah, I'm embedded in Rotterdam. I feel myself as a Cape Verdean Rotterdammer, or a Rotterdammer Cape Verdean, as you might speak. But my parents live in Cape Verde, and I've been to Cape Verde a lot. But also, the last years I've been more into history telling, and also diving into our cultural heritage. And I'm linked to one of the greatest, or oldest festivals of Rotterdam, San Juan Batista, which is the Saint John Festival, the celebration of Saint John the Baptist every 24th of June, and we have a long relationship or a long history with this Judeo-Christian African celebration. So
Nice.
it's all about music. It's all
It
about
is.
celebration. It's all about give thanks and praises unto the Most High, and also to live life and live good with each other. Peace, love,
Amazing.
justice.
Yeah. Very, very happy to have you here. Yeah, I think
Likewise, thank
you touched upon some subjects I think we can delve into later in the show. Yeah. And you put on like you brought some records.
I brought some records.
Exactly.
Your Vessel is also a very, very good. We got some people here in Rotterdam collecting vinyl, which become the new gold of Cape Verde, because we have some very, very good recordings since 1965 that Morabeza Records was founded, and in 1975, from 1975 on, we had like 10, 20 little independent labels that attracted a lot of artists and good musicians to Rotterdam. One of the key figures in the Morna must have been Beleza from São Vicente, not to discredit other composer like Manuel de Noves or Eugène Tavares or Luis Lima and Jorge Humberto, so many other people. But Beleza was a great guitar player and a composer, but he was also taught, and I thought let me start with the maestro of the maestro, which was a very famous Cape Verdean guitar player from Boa Vista, Luis Randall. His father was an Englishman that was linked to the Commission of Abolition of Slavery. So we are talking about a period of more than 100 years ago. So Mr. Luis Randall is a grandson of those people who came to work for the Abolition Commission, who stayed in Cape Verde and who married Cape Verde woman, and he became one of the greatest guitar players and maestros of the generation after the Second World War. Luis Randall with Carlina.
All right. Yes. There we go. That was Voz de Cabo Verde with Luís Moraes and with a track Merecimento de Mai.
Ja. Alles is voor ons moedertje.
Alles voor onze moeder.
En we dedicate this to everything is for mama. Merecimento de Mai. Due to mama. The mother. A song written by my late uncle João Lima Silva, the founder of Morabeza Records, also the first consul of Cape Verde in Holland. He passed away last year, so I thought it would be good to start with a song of our late and great João Silva.
Mm-hmm. And you talked about him a little bit before, but what was his he wrote this song?
He wrote this song. He was a composer also. He wrote poetry, and he was instigated by our late and great liberator and freedom fighter, philosopher, agronome Amilcar Cabral, our father of nation from Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau.
He was the one who led the independence movement, right?
Yes, the PAIGC.
Exactly.
Founded in 59, 56, between 56 and 59, and who fought the independence struggle in the jungle. Like the jungle commando, as we call it in Suriname. We had our jungle commando, and that liberated the people 50 years ago. Exactly. This year, Guinea-Bissau celebrated this. No, last year in 1973, 2023. And next year, Cape Verde will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. So, a pivotal crucial being the period of before the independence and preparing the people's consciousness, the Africanization of the spirit. So they used Morabeza Records, and also they choose the Rotterdam community, the sailors, as a focal point to bring all the artists and instrumentalists to Rotterdam, in that time a safe haven for the Cape Verdeans in the struggle against the Portuguese imperialist and fascist regime.
So they started a record label here in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
In 1965 it was.
It's like 10 years before our independence. So they were preparing our people, our diaspora. Cape Verde was struck by famine, by drought, and also colonized by the fascist dictatorship of Salazar Olivieira, and life being very harsh. So a lot of people fled the islands, and we immigrated a lot through the sea or so. And we have like 1.5 million Cape Verdeans living in the United States, Cape Verdeans living in Brazil, in Argentina, in Uruguay, in the African continent, of course, in the Portuguese-speaking countries like São Tomé, like Guinea, like Angola, like Mozambique, but also in Senegal. We have a very great enclave, a community from more than, right after the abolition of slavery in 1888, for Cape Verde, a lot of people just move out, and so after the Second World War, when Rotterdam was bombarded, and it came to the ears of Cape Verdeans that they needed strong, stout seamen. Rotterdam being a world port, through the ships going from South America or Africa, passing through Cape Verde. São Vicente, Porto Grande, Mindelo. A lot of ships heading to North Europe would pass through Cape Verde, and a lot of youngsters would jump up on the ship, and that's how we came here. Late 40s, beginning of 50, and we have two major figures playing a major role in this, and that's Constantine Delgado and João Silva, and 1,000 Cape Verdean men who lived here between 1950 and 1970.
Yeah.
After the 70s, we have a lot of our sisters, our mamas, our grandmothers coming over, and how we call it? Gezinshereniging. So we make a family, and the first years, a lot of Cape Verdean men had Dutch women. They helped us out. I myself have a brother, which is half Dutch. That's Mario Angelino, and I have another brother, Anibal, who's also a musician and my producer, my technician, my lefty. Greetings to the family and also my sons.
Nice, beautiful. And because then you could say that with the setting up of the record label here in Rotterdam, the independence movement led by Cabral, they fought like a physical struggle. They like you said, like in the jungle, like in Guinea, they were fighting
against the Portuguese. But
exactly, and then here there was like a cultural struggle was fought here, and
actually to mobilize the people, because we were brainwashed, saying that we were Portuguese.
Yeah.
But Portugal did nothing for Cape Verde after the slavery. They just abandoned Cape Verde.
Like you said, the famines.
The famine. How could we have famine if we have Guinea-Bissau, which is very rich and very green? How could we have famine if Brazil is one of the greatest producing countries in the world? It was just sending some ships, but they just neglected the Cape Verde people there. Yeah. So we had to flee, and luckily the Dutch people, called our seamen to come and work, and afterwards the community started growing. Also because of the presence of PAIGC, I think, because they were calling people and saying, go to the land of Juliana, go and work for Gilda, the Gulden, the Florin.
Who was the PAIGC? For the people who don't know, like I know, but
the Portuguese African Independence Party for Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, PAIGC, Partido Africano de Independência de Guiné e Cabo Verde. We had we struggled together. So Amilcar Cabral was a Cape Verdean from Cape Verdean descent. His parents were Cape Verdeans, but they went to work. Just like my parents did come to work in Rotterdam, his parents went to work in Bafata, Guinea-Bissau. There was where he was born. He lived there until his 10th year, and then he went to live in Cape Verde. The first years in Santiago, Chada Falcon, interior Santa Catarina. And then he went to study in College of São Vicente, Mindelo. And then he got a scholarship in 1974. He went 1974, 1947. Right after. I apologize for that. It was 47. He went to study in Lisbon. There he come to meet the other brilliant students who get also a scholarship from Angola, from Mozambique, from São Tomé, and he started the liberation move as a united front of all those 5 countries fighting against the same enemy. And it is Amilcar who instigated the MPLA. He also was the founder of the Movimento para a Liberdade de Angola. So he was very embedded in the struggle of the Angolese. He went to work in Angola. He was a very good brethren of the former Agostinho Neto, and also with the Fremelino, the liberation movement through Eduardo Mondlane. After his assassination, it was Samora Machel. But Amilcar Cabral was very, very influential in the whole liberation movement of the Portuguese-speaking countries, and he went all over. He's the master of diplomacy. He is our leader of nation. And this year we celebrate worldwide and commemorate his 100th anniversary, being born in Bafata in 1924, Guinea-Bissau. And he did everything. He gave his life for the liberation of Guinea-Bissau, Cape Verde, Angola, Mozambique, and Saint Tomé. But he was a humanist. He went all over the world. He had very, very influential friends like Mao Zedong, Fidel Castro. He went to the United Nations. He was the full representative of all the movements. He spoke with the Pope. He had very good relationship with the King of Morocco, with Ben Bella, with Indira Gandhi, those generation in that time that were anti-colonialism. He was present at the Tricontinental Congress in Cuba. He was at the conference of Bandung in that time of the liberation of Indonesia and India. So a major figure in the African liberation struggle in the line of Marcus Garvey. We see him also as a bright light.
So yeah, you could say like Cabral knew how to make the struggle known to the world as well. Like he knew like what to do. You know, like it's not only like a physical struggle, it's a cultural struggle. Like you said, he went to the United Nations, to different people in the world, and he really knew how to make it known to the world that they were fighting for independence, right? And also the importance of that fight.
It was a just cause. He wanted diplomacy, and the Portuguese regime just refused. So he had to take arms after 500 years and liberate his people. That was his main cause. And as a matter of fact, they assassinated him in '73, and then
right before Cape Verdean independence. Like he didn't live to see.
No, he didn't live to see it. So the proclamation was in 1973. They assassinated him in 1973, proclamation of Guinea-Bissau in 1974, then Cape Verde, Angola, Mozambique get their independence, and Saint Tomé in 75. So next year, together as a mutual celebration, also for the Republic of Suriname, that 25th of November. It was something that was happening in the world after the 60s, and like shift after shift. I think that we are probably also in a shift of the third world. You remember that I told you about this Dutch song, een mens zonder de evenaar is meestal maar een bedelaar.
Yes, you told me.
And that was like, if that's your opinion of the world.
It's from Kinderen voor Kinderen, right? It's like this Dutch,
all people beneath the equator are beggars, and that's like an old children's song that we used to sing at school. And I really went to home. I say, Mama, ain't we near to the equator? Is everybody a beggar? No, but it's just a song. Don't take it like that. And I already was very thinking, hey, dat klopt niet. That doesn't make sense.
And it's something you still remember now. Like it's crazy, like how when talking about brainwashing, you know, like you could say like this is a kind of thing that
True
like,
Melody and this MK Ultra, brainwashing. So because it's still een mens zonder de evenaar is meestal maar een bedelaar. Kinderen voor kinderen vandaag. I thought it was Herman van Veen and all those other cats, people that inspired and wrote those songs for them, and it was very popular. I think that the night of Kinderen voor Kinderen was almost as Eurovisie Song Festival, which now became a whole farce for me and very strange and political. But it used to be a day that you would sit with Mama, chips and Coca-Cola and raak and make it a family day. So music, very important in our lives.
Let's listen to some music.
So we have poetry of the big cats of the PAGC, which also studied in that time in Louvain-la-Neuve, in Leuven. A lot of Cape Verde young students get their scholarship, and one of them was our late great Humbertane Santos Bettencourt, known as the first ambassador of Cape Verde in Holland, but also master guitar player. And he recorded a lot of albums at the Morabeza, and he is seen also one one of the great inspirers of this new era of music, Špinika, and he also passed away last year.
Last year, right? Yeah.
Blessed
exactly.
love, and
yes.
he's in Zion, and there are our guardian angels right now. Sila.
Yes.
Nós somos os flagelados do vento leste. A nosso favor não houve campanhas de solidariedade, não se abriram os lares para nos abrigar e não houve braços estendidos fraternalmente para nós. Somos os flagelados do vento leste. O mar transmitiu-nos a sua perseverança, aprendemos com o vento a bailar na desgraça. As cabras ensinaram-nos a comer pedras para não perecermos. Somos os flagelados do vento leste. Morremos e ressuscitamos todos os anos, para desespero dos que nos impedem a caminhada. Teimosamente continuamos de pé num desafio aos deuses e aos homens. E as estiagens já não nos metem medo, porque descobrimos a origem das coisas. Quando pudermos, somos os flagelados do vento leste. Os homens esqueceram-se de nos chamar irmãos e as vozes solidárias que temos sempre escutado são apenas as vozes do mar que nos salgou o sangue, as vozes do vento que nos entranhou o ritmo do equilíbrio e as vozes das nossas montanhas estranha e silenciosamente musicais. Nós somos os flagelados do vento leste.
Quando olhei a terra ardendo, qual fogueira de São João, eu perguntei a Deus do céu, ai, por que tamanha judiação? Braseiro que fornalha tem um pé de plantação. Por falta d'água perdi meu gato, morreu de sede meu alazão. Por falta d'água perdi meu gato, morreu de sede meu alazão.
sin vida cuando va cumbió. Candelaria no la amó sola se quedó. Cuenta que las tardes pa' bañarse el río ella no sabe de amor. Y belleza tenga el río porque tu cuerpo abrazó. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor. Y después de un tiempo el río lloraba ella, cambió de lugar. Del amor te siento real en el palmar. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor. Por cabeza dura sola se quedó. Algún día Candelaria llegará al amor.
All right.
Yes.
So we listened to some tracks. It was Osvaldo. No, Alberto Martins. No.
Yeah, Ovidio Martins.
Yeah,
poetry of poesia cabo-verdiana, protest e luta.
With Umberto on guitar, right?
On guitar and other cats that we was affiliated with the PAIGC. So we had Onésimo Silveira, we had Osorio, and we had the late great poet Ovidio Martins, very persecuted by the PIT, the Secret Service of Portugal, and he also take refuge in Rotterdam. So we have Protesti Luta, which were done by Gabriel Marian, Cauverdiano Dambara, Osvaldo Alcântara, e Onésimo Silveira, which is an album.
It was released like after the assassination of Amilcar Cabral, right? Like 74, and this was really like an album with like poems, protest, and
as
like spoken words,
poetry, with the Marne and the Coladera as an underlayer, and selected by Humbertano, Santos Betancourt, and João Silva, also Valdemar Lopes, and the late Dr. Onésimo Silveira, professor of the Uppsala University, Scandinavia.
In Sweden, right?
Yeah, no, we had a very big community, and in that time, the only place that Amilcar Cabral could unite and have meetings with his co-founders and other legions was in Sweden, beneath the wings of Olaf Palme. The late great Prime Minister of Sweden, who was assassinated also, and his assistants a couple of years later. So we have this link with Scandinavia, and the liberation movement get good support from the Swedish people during that era. So they were very linked to Benelux, Belgium, Netherlands,
Leuven, like
and Scandinavia from the 60s until the liberation in 1975. So we
that was
quite a time, and Vorst Cape Verde was there as a in the same time as the Beatles. And they dressed as the Beatles. They had the same instrument as the Beatles because there was an influence in the flower power late 60s, and they were the first Cape Verdean electronic band.
Because that was also the thing, right? Because like before, Cape Verdean music was mostly played like acoustic, and when Vorst Cape Verde came to Rotterdam to record the music, but then not only did they have a studio here to record, but they also found the instruments.
They bought the instruments.
Exactly. So they electrified
the Cape Verde music.
Yeah.
And they went on tour to all the islands, and it was a huge success, as my parents and family tell us about the first time that Voice Cape Verde really inspired everybody. A bass player get inspired to have a bass, the drumming, the electronic synthesizer, the organ, the big power amplification also. So Voice Cape Verde Morabeza record changed the whole musical spectrum of Cape Verde. And the epicenter at that time. Of course, we have recordings, very old recordings in Americas, in the United States of America, in Brazil, in Portugal. But the first Cape Verdean owned record company was founded in Rotterdam. With the purpose of liberating the mind, the Africanization of the spirits, and the focus upon our own cultural heritage. Marne, Coladeira, Funana, Mazurka, polka, valsa, all of our music were put on vinyl. Afterwards, of course, after the independence, it shifted also. Lisbon became also a very important place, but the blueprint of a record company was taken from Rotterdam to Lisbon and founded as Montcara by the late great King of Marne, Bana, who started as a singer, and the second singer was the last song that we just listened. That was the late great. No, what I say?
He is still alive,
great.
right?
What?
Yeah.
He's going to be 90 years one of these days. Happy Earth Day, the great Juzinha. We love him. He was here last year, and he performed 89 years at the Zuidplein Theater, still kicking and alive on stage, still very singing the Marne as it's supposed to be, the Coladeiras, a very uplifting spirit and a great inspire of all Cape Verdean musicians and artists.
And he could also sing in multiple languages, right? Like he
was a seaman, born in St. Vincent, so he talked very good English, but he also had this nick for Spanish. As I say, Cape Verde is off the coast of West Africa, but between all the major transportation of South America. So, and our Creole language is very linked to the Iberic Peninsula, Spanish and the Portuguese and the Italian. They were the colonizers during 500 years of. So we have this Latin influence together with our African ancestry, of course, very close to the to the continent. And during the slavery, it was a slave port, a slave market. They brought all the different tribes to Cape Verde, and we had a melting pot of creolization, as they call it, one of the first places in the world that these cultures met.
And then could you say that with this creolization happening, that you can see the same thing happening like later on, like now, like we see now with like the 60s, 70s, 80s of Cape Verde music, that they, of course, there's more na coladeira, funana, tabanca, but they also incorporate different music styles, right? Like we just heard, like more cumbia stuff, but also Brazilian music. We played a Brazilian tune, Asa Branca from Luis Gonzaga. They had like their antennas open for
the world.
Yeah, and later also like reggae, funk, disco, right?
So I think that Cape Verde has been an archipelago in the middle of the ocean, next, very near to the coast of not being too far. You know, because Jamaica to Africa is a big splash between it. But to Cape Verde is 1 hour flight, 50 minutes, and you're in Dakar, Senegal, or in Guinea-Bissau. So, and all the major ships during the 500 years brought seamen and musicians. So, brought the music from Brazil, the music from Argentina. The Marne is very linked to the tango. We have this influence, the music Napolitana, the Spanish guitar. The Cape Verdean people have a very nick for guitar, for violin. You know, it's the seaman life also connecting the dots, all the ports in the world, and coming back home and staying in Cape Verde for a long time and so on. So the next vinyl would be Cola, a very influential band from Mindelo, São Vicente, during after the period after 1975.
After independence.
Yeah, so after the Voice Cape Verde went to Cape Verde and inspired a lot of youngsters. So this is Cola with Guiné-Bissau for our brothers and sisters. Minhas irmãos de Guiné-Bissau.
All right.
Força, fé, coragem.
Uma terra canta direito, governo para estrangeiro, nunca mais me está a avançar. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, pensar na boa futuro, na boa terra, na boa gente. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, governo para estrangeiro, nunca mais tenta avançar. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, pensar na boa futuro, na boa terra, na boa gente.
Sempre Santo Tomé, para Guiné-Bissau, onde meus irmãos da luta para libertar. Sempre Santo Tomé, para Guiné-Bissau, onde meus irmãos da luta para libertar.
Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, governo para estrangeiro, nunca mais tenta avançar. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, pensar no bom futuro, na boa terra e na boa gente. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, governo para estrangeiro, nunca mais tenta avançar. Eles espiam para mar, uma boa terra canta direito, pensar no bom futuro, na boa terra e na boa gente.
Sempre Santo Tomé, para Guiné-Bissau, onde meus irmãos da luta para libertar. Sempre Santo Tomé, para Guiné-Bissau, onde meus irmãos da luta para libertar.
Levanta braço, vou gritar, vou liberdade. 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 Grita, povo independente. Grita, povo libertado. Grita, povo independente. Grita, povo libertado. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. 5 de julho caminho aberto para felicidade. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. 5 de julho caminho aberto para felicidade. Grita, viva Cabral, honra combatente de nossa terra. Grita, viva Cabral, honra combatente de nossa terra. Levanta braço, vou gritar, vou liberdade. 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 Grita, povo independente, grita, povo libertado, grita, povo independente, grita, povo libertado, grita, povo independente. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. 5 de julho caminha perto a felicidade. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. Levanta braço, vou gritar, vou 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 liberdade. Grita, povo independente, grita, povo libertado, grita, povo independente, grita, povo libertado. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. 5 de julho caminha perto a felicidade. 5 de julho é sinal de liberdade. 5 de julho caminha perto a felicidade. Grita, viva Cabral, honra combatente de nossa. Grita, viva Cabral, honra combatente de nossa. Levanta braço, vou gritar, vou liberdade. Levanta braço, vou gritar, vou liberdade.
All right. So we listened to some tracks. First it was, what was the, from Cola. We listened to a track and you put it on and you told me like, this sounds like Suriname music, right? And I was like, yes,
Creole,
like Kaseko, it had like this Kaseko beat to it, like almost like, Suriname.
Yeah. Suriname and Guinea-Bissau, and also hailing our people from Guinea who had terrible time because we fought the war in the jungle of Guinea, and a message to the other Portuguese-speaking countries. But Talers, Pianura, T. Barbosa, T. Sanj, Dani, and Pomba Valley were very, very influential for the Cape Verde music, especially in Mindelo. And we gone from Mindelo to Santiago because in the same time Tubarões and Bulimundo were doing very important work. As a matter of fact, this late Cola...
Well, Tubarões and Bulimundo, they were like the two big bands, like the popular bands, right? Like there were more groups after independence, but they were...
You have Tulipa Negra, you have Ozra Polj, you had the individual Frank Vaquin as a producer, you had Frank Mimite as a producer, you had Fundi di Raiz.
Voz de Cabo Verde, they had like a new, right? After independence, exactly, the second generation.
They went to Lisbon, and then Bana edited the band together with Luis Moraes, and they get some youngsters from Mindelo again, the Vieira and the Paris brothers, Tite Paris and Toy Paris and Manuel Paris, Toy Vieira and Paulino Vieira. They were under the wings of Bana, went to Portugal and played at his record company, which was like a copy of Morabeza Records. Montcara is a copy of Morabeza Records.
Yeah, because
and he inspired, not only he was inspired, but also a man like MB Olivieira, Marciano Olivieira, Nunya, from the Brown Down Records, Manuel Mestre, SVK Travel, Atlantic Records. A lot of Cape Verdeans were inspired, and a lot of musicians and composers came to Rotterdam. So we had an explosion of independent labels in Lisbon and in Rotterdam. And yes, one of the major cats were Ildo Lobo with the Tubarões. Like I said to you, that these are the Cape Verdeans from Plateau, from Praia, and we had Bulimundo which is the Maroon band for the people from Badiouche, from the interior of Santiago, Santa Catarina, Santa Cruz, Pedra Badejo, and Tarrafal, those areas, the inlands of Santiago, which were very rural and still very African and very rootical. So they were backed by the government in that time, and João Silva used to back them up as a consul, and also he had knowledgeable information about running business with record labels, and so he brought them to Hilversum. And so the first albums of Bully Mundo and Tubarões were recorded in Hilversum in very good technical circumstances.
And they played. For the most part, they popularized, or like they brought again like the sound of the funana, right?
Which was forbidden.
It was forbidden, yeah. Because like during the independence struggle, you see it with Morabeza records like Coladeira, Morna were like the most played Cape Verdean music styles. Yeah. But funana was a music style that was forbidden during colonization.
Yeah, it was too sensual. It was too African.
Yeah.
The message was too rebel, so they banned it. But it was a ban from 100 years or 200 years already. So they revitalized the tabanca ritual, the funana, the fina song, which was very inherited or very linked to the Sotavento Islands, like Maio, like Santiago, Jarfogo. And it was through Holland that the world came to know about this very influential, very sensual, very hot music, funana, from the mountains of Pico d'Antônia and São Jorge de Órgãos.
Dope. And I think that right now we're gonna listen to Bully Mundo, right?
Yes, the track Éxodo. Yeah. And the late great Sr. Martins Cachas.
Yes.
Zé Mario Cruyff.
Yes. This was Bulimundo with Exodo?
With Exodus, yeah.
Yes.
The Cape Verdean Exodus, like Bob Marley did. It was sung by the late great Zé Mario Cruyff. Man, also passed away last year, man. It's so strange to talk about it, but
Humbertona,
João Silva, and last year also our late great brother Américo Brito, our sister Sonia Andrada, our brother Nathaniel Gomez, our brother Tati Nathaniel Gomez, and his father Sr. Kirgin, which was one of the oldest tamboreiros de Rotterdam, who knew all the different rhythms, and he came to be 100 years. He's in heaven, Zion, ever living, ever fearful. Hallelujah. So they're never forgotten, forever missed. But they left their music.
Exactly, yeah.
So we can listen for another 1,000 years.
And this was Zé Mario Cruyff?
Zé Mario Cruyff, one of the singers also, because you had Zequinha.
Yeah.
Also passed away a lot of years ago, but we still have amongst us Zequinha Reinaldo, considered one of the greatest singers of the Funana. Still living in Santiago, Praia, and he was here last year for the independence, the 5th of July. We celebrate our 48th birth, the 48th independence last year, and this year we've 49, and next year will be 50 years independence. So, and now, as I just talk about Bulimundo, Os Tubarões was also very influential, both hailing from Santiago Island, sent by the Cape Verde government in that upheaval of Funana. If Zequinha Reinaldo is the prince, or is the king of Funana, Bana is the king of Morna, Cesaria is the queen of Morna, Nacia Gomes is the queen of Finação, and so we consider him as Prince the Morna Coladeira and Funana, which is Ilha do Lobo, born and raised in Ilha do Sal, Pé de Loum, where my mother hails from, and he went to study in Praia, and in 1978 he came to Holland to record his first album. Both of them, Cachas, Carlos Martins, came to Rotterdam also in 1978, 79. He went to France and they recorded in 80 at the Schietbaanlaan, a very famous lane over here, by the Black Power Records in that time.
Yeah.
Very influential. So, like I said, afterwards the cats like Boy Mendes came, and Armindo Pires came, and Manuel Di Candinho came, and the Tulipa Negra, and the Osa Pulch, and Jarama and Babylon, very influential for the Cape Verde music scene. So we are very grateful for the generation before us and
the music they left, right? Like the they might be gone, but their legacy lives on through the music and through the stories.
And with emotion we talk about them, but they left a huge heritage for us to carry on and spread it to the world, because it's about love, it's about unity, it's about respect, it's about morabeza.
Nice.
And I would like to put Tema para Dois from Os Tubarões as we are heading from the spring into the Mês de Juninho, the St. John Festival, one of the oldest Cape Verdean celebration, together with the Independence celebration. But San João Batista is also celebrated every year, the third week. St. John's Festival, the Solstice, the longest day of the year. We have the 24th of December, Jesus Christus Emmanuel, our Lord and Savior. And 6 months after, we celebrate John the Baptist, his cousin, who baptized our Lord and Savior in the River Jordan. And Cape Verdeans, being Judeo-Christian, have this mixing with our African heritage, and we have like a special dance on that day, and the tamboreros, the players of the drums will accompany the little model of a ship, and also the saint through the city, and also blessing with water, and venerating Saint John and the Almighty God for healthiness, love, and prosperity for the world. So this song is about that, so that everybody have to come together and celebrate Saint John, because it's about water, and water is life from heaven, you know, and the sea, and man is water, and we need water. And Cape Verde went away from Cape Verde because of the lack of water, and we come to Holland, so we know that there's never a lack of water.
Abundance.
Yes,
exactly.
Tubarões with Il do Lobo, tema para dois, São João Batista. Put it in your agenda, the 22nd of June, Heimeratsplein, Rotterdam, St. John's Festival, São João Batista, Pracinha de Quebrado.
Os Tubarões. Yes.
Great.
Yes. The theme for São João. So, like Jorge said before, put it in your agenda. Like the 22nd of June.
Yeah, Saturday.
São João Festival happening here in Rotterdam, right?
Yeah,
Heemraadsplein, Pracia de Cabrot.
From 1 o'clock until midnight. It's a free festival, free for all people to come and just come and vibe with the Cape Verde people. Come and meet and greet Cape Verde. Come and eat.
There's music, there's food, there's workshops, right? Dance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I was there last year, and I met a colleague of mine there, and I told him like, oh yeah, it's super. Like it's for me. Then I told him like, hey, it was for me the first time to see São João happening at Heemraadsplein, because before it was with the COVID, like it had to be digital, of course.
Yeah.
But then I talked about Heemraadsplein, and he said, no. Today it's Pracia de Cabrot. Exactly. Like,
during that weekend, it's official Pracia de Cabrot. The Seaman. How you say that in English?
I wouldn't.
Plotzak, yeah.
Plein. Empty pocket.
Seaman's empty pocket. Square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly,
the Seaman empty pocket. It's like we came here and we get the empty pocket. But after 70 years, things are run good.
Exactly.
We were a part of Dutch society, of Rotterdam society, because into the musical we have Broederliefde, we have Sparta Feyenoord, we got Sparta Feyenoord, Excelsior. So we do well in the cultural life, in the social life of Rotterdam. So and we, after the 70 years, we also have our own square, where during the weekend we receive the people from all Holland or Rotterdam to come and indulge into Cape Verde culture. So be welcome. Put it in your agenda.
Saturday, 22nd of June.
Yes.
We're already heading towards the end of the show. Like I don't know, like we only touched upon Cape Verdean music and not even all of it. And I brought reggae records. We brought more stuff, but I think we have to do that for another time.
Next time.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and my greetings to the listeners, and keep on listening to Wessel.
Yes.
And keep on listening to Cape Verde music. There are a lot of things go. As a matter of fact, today we have a great Cape Verdean artist, Philip Monteiro. If you Google it, Philip Monteiro Rotterdam, you will find out where in the city he will be playing. From Senegal, Cape Verde, major cat in the Zouk Love, in the Kizomba style. Philip Monteiro this evening in Rotterdam.
Yes. Thanks a lot, George. Thanks a lot. Really, pleasure was all mine to have you here and to talk music and history. And I think there's so much more to talk about and listen to. But I think you'll be back for another time.
Rastafari blessing. I will be.
Would be nice.
Would be nice again.
Amazing.
Come over and talk about culture and our cultural heritage. Modern Colorado food and Cabo Verde music, but music in a whole. And also next time I'm gonna talk about a little bit about my own music. I'm bringing out new music. 30 years of Delido Touch, Jorge and Delido Touch. Probably in the month of July. Yeah.
Okay.
I come back before that.
That's definitely.
There's a
always
lot of because during the summer we love to be around festival and enjoy life, music, laughter. There's a lot of going on in the world. Prayers, joy and laughter for the people. One love.
And there's one more tune we're gonna play. Zeka and Zeza di Reinalda.
Yeah.
And this tune is Neka por si, right? Do I pronounce it right?
Neka por si.
Yeah.
Ik ben ook niet zomaar iemand. That's something like a tale of a man who said, all my brothers and sisters are emigrating, but I'm staying here, taking care of the land. And he is like talking with a woman and say, you only want Cape Verde man who go to Holland or to Portugal or immigration man. I'm a hardworking man and can make you happy too, which is very important because we got almost 2 million living abroad, but somebody has to take care of the house. So blessed to the ones who stayed at the house and endured hardship, but things are going well. Little by little, guidance and protection. So, Zeke di Reinaldo with Paulino Vieira and Zeze, Capursi.
The perfect tune to end the show, I guess. Yes.
Yes,
See you
man.
all next time.
See you soon. Have a nice
Yes.
weekend. Blessed love and light.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Lisboeta Cambejão, holandês que fica de riba, tá passebo senhorinha, na medida do desejo, faca de onde bota amargura, na bainha onde se dono. Ai ai filho fêmea, minga va Lisboa, minga va Holanda, minga por si. Filho fêmea, minga va Lisboa, minga va Holanda, minga por si. Aquele pouco que terá dando, trabalham junto de meu. Lisboeta Cambejão, holandês que fica de riba, tá passebo senhorinha, na medida do desejo. Faca de onde aponta amargura, na bainha onde se dono. Jancrevo, filho fêmea, deixa desabrigo, na conta linha novo. Jancrevo, filho fêmea, deixa desabrigo, na conta linha novo. Lisboeta Cambejão, holandês que fica de riba, tá passebo senhorinha, na medida do desejo. Faca de onde aponta amargura,